鋼の錬金術師
Alright, let's read chapter 103 of Fullmetal Alchemist. Only 6 chapters to go before we're done. The full assemblage of the Hitobashira, the human sacrifices, has been assembled. And we're, of course, shifting to somewhere else. And the solar eclipse, which is what Ni... Oh, that was somewhere else. Well, we'll see it. The solar eclipse is beginning. Okay. セリムがどこよるかまだわかりませんか? Still not understanding where Salim is? Oh. There, this... Is that Den? Is that the dog? Yeah, that's... Or one... Oof. 主人のその後は? Okay, Shujin is husband. And as for Sonogo, I think that's whereabouts. Or, okay, and after that. So still don't understand where Salim is, and after that, my husband? まだどこからも情報は入ってないですね. Still, どこからも from where? Dokokara, still even out of nowhere, report hasn't happened. Haven't heard anything. Still out of nowhere. Reporting has not happened. なんとか主人に会えないでしょうか? でしょうか? Somehow or somewhere, to husband not able to meet? Like, can't I meet my husband? いけません. Like, cannot go. Or, no. 今、出ていけば, now, if go out, どこで反対相当勢力に勝ち合おうかわかりません. Okay, so now if go out somewhere or through some place, the Handai Soto Seiryoku. This is the opposition of the super president influence. The opposition, or by the opposers of the super president's influence. Hachiao ka. Hachiao is to clash with. So, wakarimasen. So, don't know, or will not know, like, will clash with the opposition to the super president's influence somewhere if you go out? Soul. I see. A soul desu ne. A soul desu yo ne. You're right. Okay, this is whispering. Hiso. Whisper. 合わせるわかにゃいかないよな. Okay, there's no reason. 合わせる, like, letting meet reason does not, like, we can't let her meet, or we can't let meeting. 相手はホモンクルスだ. As for the opponent, or that guy, he's a homunculus. 夫人が出てったら、捕虜されるか、殺されるに決まってる. Okay, so the wife, if goes out, 理由されるか? 理由 is like reason, pretext. Reason or pretext being done, or deciding of being killed. Wait. 殺されるに if the wife goes out, Ryu, oh, it's Ryo. That's why. So it's not Ryu. Use. Being used or decided to be killed, something like that. What do the English do? He'll either kill her or use her against us. Okay. Yeah, either will be used or will be killed. Okay. よくここが分かったわね。ブラッシュ軍曹. Okay. Well, this place understood. You're understanding this place well, Sergeant Brush. ラジオでロス少尉の声が聞こえたので、on the radio, Lieutenant Ross's voice was audible or heard it. 中にいるテロリストが知人かもしれないって外の中央兵に言ったんです。Okay, so terrorist. So like one of the terrorists existing, Nakaniiru, or yeah, like amongst the terrorists, Chijin, an acquaintance, probably an acquaintance amongst the terrorists, said to the central soldiers outside. Oh, right. He had just come up. They were trying to broker a deal of not shooting and coming out peacefully, blah, blah, blah. And they had sent him in. So, okay. Catching up. It's been a while since we've gone back to this storyline. そうしたら, and so doing, or if doing, 説得してこい。うまくいかなくても、局内の戦力を探ってこいって。Okay. If doing that, 説得してこい. Persuade. Like, come and persuade. Or skillfully, even if you're not able to skillfully do that, the unit nai, kyokonai. Like the local battle strength. Like search it out and come back. So persuade and come back, or skillfully, if that doesn't happen, or if that doesn't skillfully happen, search out the local battle strength, is what they said, and come back, is what they said. To make that a little bit more clear, the English said, so they said, to convince them to surrender, that's this part. And failing that, I'm supposed to assess the size of your forces and report back. This is the assess the size of the forces. Okay, that makes sense. あなたがこっちに引き込まれる事態は想定してないのかしら? Okay, so you, and she says this direction or us, but the text here is Mustangu ha, the Mustang clique or the Mustang group. Like to that, 引き込まれる事態. The situation of hikikomu, of being drawn over to the Mustang group, you being drawn over, sote shitenai, they weren't doing sote, planning on that. They weren't hypothesizing or supposing that would happen, I wonder. いや、俺、さっきまでガチで Anchi Mustangu deshita kara. Like, no, I, up until earlier, gachide. Seriously or truly was anti-Mustang. I was anti-Mustangs. Anchi-Mustangu. Soda taisawa. That's right. As for the colonel, meaning like, what about the colonel? Hoko ni wa inai wa. As for in this place, does not exist. He's not here. Imagoro chuo shirebu ni senyu shiteru hazu yo. Right about now, in the central headquarters, ought to be senyu. Ought to be infiltrating or sneaking into central headquarters by now, about this time. Okay, now we are going back there. Sonna. It can't be. Oh no. Okay. Zoom out. So here's Mustang, who again has lost his eyesight. Taisan Omega, the colonel's eyes. Okay, so we get, this is the splash page for chapter 103, which is Dare no Tame. Tame is usually meaning for, like, for the purposes of someone, or for the purposes of something. And so this is like, for whose purpose, or for whom. Dare no tame. For who? Like, why would you be doing that? For whose reason? Kanzen ni mienai no kai. Perfectly not able to see. Soyoda. It seems that way. Tobira o mita tte koto wa jintai rensei yachimatta no ka yo taisa. Oh, yeah, that's right. Tobira o mita tte koto wa yachimatta no ka yo taisa. So as for the event of seeing the portal, human transmogrifying, like doing, didn't you, Colonel? You were doing that, didn't you? Or you did it, didn't you? 私がそんなことをすると思うか? That sort of a thing, doing, you think? You think I would do that sort of a thing? Da yo na. Like, it is. 何としても, oh, this is Salim now. 何としても言うことを聞いてくれないので、強制的に this is to be forced, forcibly 扉を開けさせてもらいました。何としても Okay, so like at all costs saying things didn't do the favor of listening to what we were saying. Forcibly the portal made open, and that's what we received. We received him forcibly opening the portal. 結果、オーライというやつですね。all right means like all right. So the end results are all right. It's that sort of a thing, isn't it? So it all ended up fine. It all ended up all right. これで一番厄介なマスタング大佐の戦闘力はゼロに等しくなりました。With this, the number one bad Colonel Mustang's battle strength. As for the battle strength of Colonel Mustang being the number one bad thing, to 0 or towards 0 has become hitoshi. has become equivalent to 0. The number 1 most dangerous or worst power has become equivalent to 0. Oh, that's a little weird. You think you could still use it based on sound? But hey, whatever. 納得いかない? Consent, like I do not consent, do not agree. Who's saying this? 納得いかね. I guess was Ed. てめえ、さっき正しい絶望を当てるのが真理だって言ったな. You guys earlier, the correct despair, truth is receiving like correct despair or despair of justice, is what you had said earlier. まあ、俺たちみたいに自発的にやらかしたのは納得するさ. Okay, well, like us, 自発的に spontaneously or self-motivate. No, spontaneously or voluntarily. Okay, so he's going with the voluntary versus the forced. Voluntarily, yarakashita no wa, ones who did it. Yarakasu. To be guilty of or to perpetrate. It's not toku. Like we consented. As for the ones voluntarily perpetrating like us, it's consent, or I agree. Daga, however, suruki no nai yatsu, as for or people without intent, or people without the intent to do it, or whatever, muriari jintai rensei ni 巻き込まれて視力を持ってかれてそれを正しいというのか? Okay, so however, guys or people without the intent to do it, 無理やり forcibly against one's will toward human transmogrifying, being wrapped into it, and having field of vision or having vision taken away, that is what you're calling justice or correct. That's what you're calling tarashi, someone who was forced to do something against his will. そんな筋の通らねえ、真理は認めねえ. That's sort of a suji. That's sort of a suji no tori. I think this is like, okay, suji, it is like sinew, tendon, link. Suji no totta, rational, logical, or coherent. Shinri wa mitome ne. So like that's sort of a truth. As for a truth like that, that's inconsistent. This is the negative. Like I don't confirm that, or I don't accept it. お前が認めなくても even if you don't accept it, 現実としてこうなった. The reality is it's become this way. This is how it is. 事実を認めよう. Accept or confirm the truth, the reality. 錬金術師, alchemist. All right. Zannen nagara. Okay, this is just like, well, that's regrettable. Da da da. Yeah. Akirame no warui tachi de ne. Warui tachi de ne. Giving up something it isn't. Akirame is to give up. Warui tachi? Warui tachi. What is the tachi supposed to mean plural? Like us? Like we aren't the types to give up badly? Akira me. I don't know. Akira me no warui tachi de ne. Giving up one's, I don't know why warui tachi. The English went with, we're not the type to give up so easily. So like giving up type, sorry, that's what we are. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. とはいえ So if you say it, あいつら両方相手にしなきゃならねえとは those guys both as opponents must do 人柱が揃ってちゃまずいんだろう So the human sacrifice is being assembled or like being a complete set. That's bad, right? Nige, she's about to say like let's flee, and we get nigeraren yo, can't flee, not able to get away. お前たちはすでに私の腹の中だ. As for you all, you're already too late inside my belly, inside my stomach. Zoo, 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 zoo. Nanda Korea. What is this stuff? Or what is this? この中にお方だか父親だか呼ばれてるやつがいるのか Oh, these are the guys up at the top. Yeah, that's Hawkeye, and they're looking down into the hole that everyone else jumped, and it's kind of full. So, この中に like inside this inside that guy or father, the guy that's being called that, is that what's in here? Irunoka, yeah. So inside this is he here? Is that guy that they call father or ano okata? That guy. Okay. 今頃、マスタング大佐は父上のところだ。Okay, so about now, as for Colonel Mustang, like, is at father's place. 合体満足かどうかは保証せんがね. This is flashing back to what Wrath had said. So again, this is like all 5 limbs, whether he has all 5 limbs or not, like I can't guarantee it. If 5 limbs meaning his arms, legs, and head. Goldtai. All right, that was an earlier flashback. All right. そこの目玉まみれさん. Okay, so that eyeball that eyeball something Mr. That Mr. something eyeballs. Medama mamire. Covered with. Mamire. So Mr. covered in eyeballs over there. Puro fushi nano desu yo ne. He's immortal, isn't he? This is May asking this question. Tut tut tut. Hite shimasen ka? Not doing hite? Not denying it? Not negating it? Alfonso-sama, Lord Alphonse, あれは私がもらえます. That thing I will receive. I'm gonna get that thing. Okay. え? Like, huh? What? Wait. あれは一人じゃ無理でしょ? As for that thing, alone, it's impossible, right? お二人には小さい方のホモンクルスをお任せします。As for to the two of you, the little direction homunculus will leave. So I'm going to leave the little guy, meaning this guy, to you two, is what she says. 小さい方立て, the small direction or the small one. あれも十分やべえんだぞ. That thing also is sufficiently no good. Huh? 強制的に扉を開けただと? So you say, or they say, said, forcibly open the portal? Okay, now he's thinking, そんな荒技が使えるなら, if they're able to use that, that's sort of a wild technique in arawaza. A drastic move. So if able to use a drastic move like that, 俺たちみたいに自ら人体錬成をやらかしたやつを持ってる必要はねえじゃないか. Basically saying if they were able to do that, then they wouldn't need us. So that's sort of a desperation move if able to use. Like us, our own human transmogrifying, being guilty of people, and as for that being necessary of having that done that, it wouldn't be, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be necessary to have people who committed the crimes of human transmogrification. And again, he's thinking this. 強制的に片っ端から錬金術師を捕まえて扉を開ければいいのに. Even though it would have been good if opening the portal by capturing alchemists and forcibly 片っ端. Systematically, I think. Like, systematically, alchemists capturing and forcing them to open the portal. They could have just done that. なぜ今までやらなかった? Why up until now didn't do? Why didn't they do that till now? Again, he's just thinking all this. Now, we see Salim scratching at his face, and it looked like he was starting to dissolve. Or at least there were like alchemy fracturing going on or something. Hizuita ka Hagane no? Noticed steel? Like, have you noticed steel? O watashi o rensei ni makikonda toki? The time wrapped into alchemy, or that I was wrapped into or forced into the alchemy, or the transmutation. やつは、この手は使いたくなかったが仕方がないと言った。As for that guy, he said, as for this technique, or as for this hand, didn't want to use but have no choice. So somehow Mustang knew, even though... Oh, okay. So he thought these things, but he did say, like, you were forcibly opened to open the portal. So that's what Mustang replies. やつらにとってハイリスクってことか? To these guys, or にとって. So as far as these guys are concerned, it was a high risk thing. High risk. High risk. And here we go, indeed. Itte mikka. Like, shall we go and try? Shall we try? Fun. All right, here we go. Yosha! Here we go. Or good. Jutsu wa tsukaeru. As for techniques or skills, able to use. So good. I don't even know what that is. Dokagan. Nigeta. Like he fled. I guess nigeta as like he fled as opposed to he's fighting back, maybe. 今であらゆる攻撃を黒い影でかわしてきたやつが逃げた? Okay, so up until now, 今まであらゆる攻撃 is attacks. あらゆる Ayaru. Every and all attacks with black shadows. Kawashite kitaya. He's a guy that kawashite. Dodged. He's a guy that dodged with black shadows at each and every attack up until now, and he fled. Mata watashi no ie o kawashite kureta na? So again, my home, like, you're breaking my home again? Bakkan! Komatta yatsura da. They're guys that are like getting into trouble or in a bad spot. Ka. Oh? Furofushi itadakimasu. Will receive immortality. Oh boy. お前にはこの場に必要のない人間だ。消えろ. All right. As for you, in this place, necessary. You're an unnecessary human. You're a human who is unnecessary to be in this place. Vanish. Get out of here. そちらが必要なくとも、こっちには必要なんです。Okay. Like you, your direction, そちら. Even if it's not necessary, or if it's not necessary for you, as for this direction, it is necessary. 知ったことではない As for a thing that I know about or care about, it is not. Like, that's nothing I care about. Zoo. Zubu, zubu, zubu. Uh-oh, is it turning around? No, that's the banner. Zubu. Eh? Huh? Oh, yeah, it is turning around in a way. Kayasuzo will return. Actually, yeah, no, that is Kasa. Zoo. Don. Well, that's interesting. Ha. Nakanaka yarimasu ne. Very much will do it. Like, nakanaka yarimasu ne. I guess like you're doing a lot or you're doing well. Mogu no zubo. Buha. Dameda ojo-san. It's no good, miss. Ojo-san is just a polite way to talk about a girl. Like lady or miss. Koitsu wa no motion de. As for this guy, with no motion. No motion. Ka. Baka. Uh-oh. So this is talking about something that Hohenheim noticed before, that he can use alchemy without even moving. That's what he's trying to say here with, as for this guy, through no motion, ... can use alchemy, I think is the implication. Okay. And unfortunately, that is where we're going to stop. We're not going to attempt to read this chapter all in one shot. So this is the halfway point for the chapter. We will pick up with it next time. This is also getting towards the end of the book. So when we finish the chapter, either tomorrow or the next time, we will look at the stuff at the end of the book, and we will do our usual preview of the next book. Only 2 books left. So that's it for now for Fullmetal Alchemist.